And let me share another screen where I will. So now you are seeing a screen, right? And then
Yes, sir.
okay, now you are seeing this silicon unit cell, right? What are you seeing?
So yes, sir, we can see this screen.
Okay, so somebody asked me that, sir, can you explain um, um, about the primitive cell, all those things of the silicon and gallium arsenide. So here is basically silicon and gallium arsenide are very similar, except these two atoms are different in gallium arsenide and two atoms are same in silicon. So if you look at this picture, there is one atom here at the corner. Then there is another atom along the diagonal, right? And these two atoms, they form the bases, right? So let me recall. First of all, we discussed lattice, right? So what is lattice? Lattice is basically periodic. It's not necessarily periodic. It's arrangement of points. Lattice is mathematical abstraction and it's arrangement of points in space. Can be 1D, can be 2D, can be 3D, right? Then we came to Bravais lattice, right? Now Bravais lattice is a, again, it's an infinite arrangement of points, but with one condition. So Bravais lattice is a lattice with one condition, that when you go to any lattice point and you look around, you should see the same. You should have the same view basically. So let's say I am at this lattice point. I should see the same view if I go to another lattice point, right? So that means if I go from atom 1 to atom 2, right? At atom 1 I will get certain view, atom 2 I will get certain view which is different, right? So that means 1 and 2 are not lattice point, correct? 1 and 2 are not lattice point, because when I stand at 1 I see a view, when I stand at 2 I see a view which is different from 1, because at 1 you see on the right side along the diagonal there is a atom at the distance of um, 1 by 4 of the diagonal, but when you stand at 2 same direction, along the same direction at 1 by 4 distance you don't see anything, right? So these 2 points are not lattice points. So that means if you just consider all these atoms, they are not actually lattice. So what is done? We take two atoms, these two atoms, and we treat them as bases. Now when we translate it along lattice vectors, we will get the whole crystal, right? So there are two things important here. One is the basis, another is a lattice vector. So lattice vectors are the vectors which are not parallel or not collinear, um, such that when you translate from one lattice point, let's say lattice vectors are, let's say A, B, and C, right? So another lattice point you can get by writing as an integer multiple of these lattice vectors. So if lattice vectors are A, B, C, then uh, any other lattice point you can obtain by writing as, or at position vector, m times A plus n times B plus what m and l, s, let's use l, times C, right? Where m and l, n and l are integers. If they are not integers, that means A, B, C are not lattice vectors, correct? So you take a lattice point, you define lattice vectors, then you can get all the atoms or all the lattice points by translating along these vectors or a combination of these vectors. Okay, so now in silicon what is done, we take the group of these two atoms as one lattice point. So these two atoms are forming one lattice point. And you remember I described the Wigner seed cell. So Wigner seed cell contains exactly one lattice point. So here one lattice point means two silicon atoms. In gallium arsenide, one lattice point means one gallium atom, one arsenic atom. Is that okay? Okay, another condition is that when you are translating along the lattice vectors, none of the lattice point is repeated. If it is repeated, then these are not really lattice vectors. Okay, so let me go to the next slide. Okay, before I go to second slide, there's one more point here. So if you can choose this atom number 2 here. So this is atom number 2 and its nearest neighbors. So one is corner point, one is the face for the bottom. So the atom at the face of the bottom square, then on the left face and on the front face. So these three face atoms and one corner atoms are the nearest neighbor and their distance is same. You can calculate also, right? So these form a kind of this is also one kind of primitive cell, right? Because primitive cell contains exactly one lattice point. Okay, so to make it more clear, let us go to next slide. So for example, you consider a simple cubic lattice, right? So here you can define lattice vectors along the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So that way you can reproduce and reproduce the whole lattice, right? Now length of these lattice vectors is called lattice constant, right? So what is lattice constant? Is the length of these vector A or B or C, right? And then that lattice constant, if A, B, C are of the same length, so you can also define some kind of directional lattice constant also, but usually typically the minimum distance is taken as the lattice constant, right? So for a cubic cell you can easily see that it comes out to be around A, which is the distance between these two lattice points. Now in cubic lattice there is only one atom at lattice point, right? So here basis will be only one atom. Okay. Then similarly you can see body centered cube. So in body centered cube, of course there are you can define these basis vectors in number of ways. So for primitive cell you have there are sometimes called primitive basis vectors also, or primitive lattice vectors. So here again the basis is single atom and so basis vector will be only one atom, and lattice vector either you can define any two axes here and along diagonal, right? So when you repeat it you will actually able to reproduce the whole um, crystal. Or but in this case if you notice here, if you define these three as lattice vectors, their length is unequal. So because this is A, this is A, and this is root 3A by 2, right? So the lengths are not equal. So although it is a lattice vector, but it's not symmetric, right? So all three lengths are not equal. So a better way will be you take one of the corner atom of a cube, and then three body atoms at the body center of the three adjacent cells, right? So they will form a symmetric basis vector. So you can see this is the first one. In the first quadrant, you can say one up, one up, one up. Then second one is at just opposite along x axis. So let's say this is, let's say uh, x here. So this will be minus x, right? So this will be minus 1 by 2. And then this is x, and let's say this is y. So this is minus x minus y, but here you have minus y minus. So you can basically say this is let's say, okay, this is x y z, this is minus x, and y z is same, so just above below. And here x is same, so let's say this is x axis. Yeah, this is x axis. So third one will be x minus y and minus z, right? So these three are basically connecting to each other at the edges. So they are not, their faces are not touching. So if you look at these three cells, their faces are not touching, only the edges are touching. So it's like putting cubes along the edges. Okay, so these are more symmetric choice, and their lengths are also equal. Okay, similarly you can do for FCC. So for FCC, the lattice vectors will be vectors connecting the corner point to the three faces. So this is the bottom face, this is the left side face, and this is the front face, right? And then you can easily define it also. 0, 1 up, 1 up. So this is for x is 0 here. Which one you can do? Let's say this is x, this is y, and this is z. So A is this one, right? X is 0, y is up, z is 1 up. So this is A vector. B vector is x is up, y is 0. So this is B vector, z is up. C vector is x is up, y is up. So this is C vector. So these are the three lattice vectors, right? And this is all we have already discussed. There are 6 faces and there are 8 corners and total 4 atoms per cell. But in case of silicon, it is FCC lattice, but now instead of 1 atom at this lattice point, you have 2 atoms at this lattice point at a distance of 1 by 4. So what you can do, as you are translating 1 atom along these lattice vectors, you can translate this basis, means group of these 2 atoms along the lattice vectors. That way you will produce the whole silicon crystal in diamond lattice form. I made a simple program for this one. Let me show you. So this is a simple MATLAB program. I will share this slide with you. So here I have defined the basis vector, right? So basis vector is 1 atom at the corner and 1 atom at 1 by 4 distance along diagonal. So x is 1 by 4, y is 1 by 4, z is 1 by 4. So these two are the basis vectors. The lattice vectors are, as we have discussed in previous slide. Now I'm assuming this all is in multiple of A, and A is the side length of 1 cube. Now what I do, I'm starting with the basis vector v1 v2. So they constitute 2 columns of v. Then what I do, I begin with making a matrix, right? So first of all, I put these two basis vectors v1 and v2 in my matrix. Then I translate by vector b1. So b1, b2, b3 are basically a, b, c that we discussed in previous slide. Then you translate by b2 by b3. So they will produce the three atoms at the faces, right? And the corresponding atoms shifted by 1 by 4. So these three will give the three face atoms. Then you do by 2b1, add 2b1, 2b2, 2b3. They will give the opposite atom along the diagonal. So along the three diagonals, right? So three face element, three diagonally opposite element. Then you are adding b1 plus b2. Now what b1 plus b2 will give? If you add this, what will you get? b1 plus b2 will 1.5, 0.5. So what is 1.5, 0.5? It is a face element, right? Now this face element is corresponding to other side. So b1, b2, b2 plus b3, b3 plus b1, they are giving other three face elements. Then b1 plus b2 minus b3. So if you add them, b1 plus b2 minus b3 will be 1, 0, 0. So these three will give other three corner atoms. And b1 plus b2 b plus b3, that will be 1, 1, 1. So this is diametrically, diagonally opposite, right? So this will give another corner element. So that way, how many atoms you will get? 3, 3, 6, 3, 9, 3, 12, plus 1, 13, and the one here 0, 0. So 14. So in FCC, there are total 14 lattice points, right? Because 8 at the corner, 6 at the surface. So 8 plus 6, 14. In case of silicon, you have 4 in the body also, right? So when V1 is translated, it will give the FCC. If along V1, V2 is also translated, it will give both all the face element plus 1 by 4 shifted FCC lattice also. Now to see the 1 unit cell, what I have done, I have removed the atoms which are outside unit cell. So if the position vector x, y, z of any lattice point is more than 1, it is outside the unit cell, right? So just for display purpose, I have removed those which are outside the unit cell. Somebody has a question? Okay.
Sir, we can't hear you.
Okay, then what you can plot it. So this is a command for MATLAB, scatter x, y, z. So I've taken out the x coordinate, y coordinate, z coordinate of all the elements which are stored in A. And then this is basically a number, 200 is basically just one number which can control the size. So you can choose any number here. If you want to increase the size of the circle, you increase this number. If you want to decrease, then you decrease this number. And this is basically for color thing, and you can choose the filled one. And then axis is basically controls that you only see between 0 to 1 along x-axis. So x is minimum 0, maximum 1. Y is minimum 0, maximum 1. Z is minimum 0, maximum 1. So either you can remove those elements or you can just use this command. I've used both because what happens when you reset the figure, this control goes away. So I've just removed the extra element, and if you see the figure that we obtained, this is the plot that you obtained, right? So here you can see all the corner elements, all the face elements, bottom face, left face, back face, then front face, then left face, and top face. And there are four body elements, right? So you can see here, one is here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So this is basically at 1/4 from 0, because this is 0, 0, 0. So this is 1/4 from 0, and this is another one up from opposite side. So this is at 0, 0, 0. This is diagonally opposite, the bottom face diagonal, and there is another atom here. How do you obtain it? When you translate this basis vector here, you get this face element here and this body element here. When you translate along this face element, you get this body element here. When you translate along this face vector, you get this body element here. So you see here, this is at 1/4 height, this will also be at 1/4 height, and this will be at 3/4 height, right? But this will be along this diagonal, right? And these two atoms are along this diagonal. Correct? So is that okay? If you have any doubt, please ask me. So I've discussed the review of this silicon cell. Okay, of course I will. So lattice constant, not A always, right? Now lattice constant is the distance between is a basically minimum distance, right? So if you see a FCC, so for FCC, it will be length of the vector, right? So length of the vector is A/2, right? So this is basically A/√2, right? Now this is not always the distance between two atoms, because here there is a basis here, right? So for basis, what length you get here is 1/4, 1/4, right? So this becomes √3A/4, right? So this is the distance between two lattice atoms, right? So so you can say that is one lattice constant. Then so that means if you choose different phase, right? If you choose different phase, you will get different distance along the atoms, right? So but just be consistent, what we do actually, we choose the lattice constant according to this cubic cell. So the length A, or the side length of the cube, is usually defined as lattice constant. So usually defined in terms of this length, side length A. Now on what factors do this critical thickness depend? That I think I have already discussed. Critical thickness is a concept when there are two lattices or two crystals, right? And their lattice constant is different. So if you are, let's say this is one layer, this is second layer, right? So if this interatomic distance is same in the layer and the substrate, there will be no strain. If this, let's say A2 is more than A1, right? Then this upper layer has to be compressed. So when it is to be compressed, there will be compressive strain. If A2 is less than A1, then it has to be pulled, right? So there will be tensile strain. So this strain basically decreases the layer thickness that you can grow defect free. Because once it reaches certain thickness, the force due to this stress or strain becomes high enough to causing this layer to relax. Okay, in primitive cells, should the lattice point be only at corner, or can it be anywhere as long as number of point is 1? Okay, see, for example, in this case, we define the lattice point as corner, right? We can easily choose a lattice point in between these two atoms. So that will be 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8, right? That could be lattice point. Then the basis vectors will be basis vector will be minus for each vector. This will be for, let's say, atom 2, atom 1, right? So for atom 2 will be 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8. For atom 1 it will be minus 1 by 8, minus 1 by 8, minus 1 by 8, right? So lattice point, you have choices arbitrary, or you can choose this atom 2 as a lattice point. Then your basis vector will be 0, 0, 0, and this will be minus 1 by 4, minus 1 by 4, minus 1 by 4. So you can use this MATLAB code to play around with the choices. Okay, sir, what atom will lie on the 1, 1, 0 plane? So if you look at 1, 1, 0 plane, let's say this is x axis, this is y axis, and this going up is the z axis. So 1, 1, 0 plane, you see here, you have one atom at this corner, one atom at the face, then one atom here, and one atom at the bottom face, right? Then in the middle, what you will see, this is at 1 by 4. So this will not come into the picture. This is also at 1 by 4. This will also not come into the picture. This is at height 3 by 4, but it will in the middle. So these two atoms will appear here. These two body atoms. So 1, 1, 0 will something look like this. Then top face, bottom face, and the this body diagonals here, right? You will have body diagonals here, right? These two body diagonals, and these are at 1 by 4. So they will not appear here. They will appear along this diagonal. And then anything else? Top, bottom, then side. Anything I missed? So these are the face elements. These are the corner elements. These are the body elements. So only two body element will be falling on this plane. Okay, by the way, in one of the slides, there is a link where you can see the okay, here you see, if you click on this link, where you can actually visualize the crystal. So maybe for more information, you can look here. Okay, then sir, what? So ultimately, what is basis and lattice point? Basis is basically the group of atoms that are occupying one lattice point, right? So when they are occupying one lattice point, means they are attached to one lattice point. And basis vector is the vector showing the distance from that lattice point to these two atoms. You understand? Som Chaudhary. Then what exactly is direct band gap? Oh, that is coming later. Eh? So once we discuss the band structure, we will discuss it. In the diamond structure, you showed the primitive cell at 2 atoms in total. Then will it still be primitive? Primitive cell contains one lattice point, and one lattice point is actually 2 atoms. So it will be primitive. Yes, correct. Saswat, you are correct. A primitive cell has exactly one lattice point, which may have one or more atoms as basis. Correct. Okay, so let me stop this recording. Then we will start another recording where we will discuss review of this quantum mechanics.